Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine actually. It's good to be more or less back in the music with Circus.
How do you feel in general about your I guess for a lot of fans it's a long awaited return. I don't know about you, but are you excited to be back?
Yeah, it's just by the last few months posting, going to the ProgPower USA, and then now yesterday revealing that we're going down south into Latin America and seeing all the responses from the fans and friends all over the world, especially down in South America. It's just like, wow, okay, yeah, they're still waiting for us. It's good. It's good. It's gonna be fun.
Mm. Yeah, and I guess it must be interesting as well to, start your return in I guess US and South America rather than in Norway or Europe.
Exactly, because we got an offer from the Prague Power USA Festival. I guess it was some fall, yeah, last year, and me and the guys talked to each other and said, okay, hey, let's go. Let's just go have some fun. And that was a start to have some fun again, because not only us, but I guess most bands and people in general, the COVID-19 came and changed the world, and it was hard to get back on the horse. Things had changed, so but those days are gone more or less. So let's hope that's not coming back. So now we just started writing stuff. It's fun. We have a good laugh, and yeah, we started cooking some new music.
I think what's also on everybody's mind is what happened to you in the last few years because guess the last original music, if you don't count the live album, of course, came out about 8 years ago, if I counted correctly. So, what did you guys do in the meantime?
Yeah, we gave released Havoc 2000, yeah, like you said, 18, I guess. And then we played a lot of shows and tours with that album. And then we started thinking about releasing unreleased material. So we released a little mini album. I don't even remember what it's called. Um, yeah, still, yeah. But we
Yeah.
had some cool new songs there, songs that we had written back in the days and the idea was to put out old songs now and then into this collaboration with that album. Like without releasing a new album, we could at least release some music still. So and then of course COVID came, and for 2 years we didn't see each other almost, more or less. Although we talk to each other every day. We have this crazy chat going on Messenger. So yeah, we keep in contact.
Well, you already mentioned, that rock power is basically the reason that you started to do things again. But do you think like if they wouldn't have approached you, would you have ever, restarted the thing again?
Yeah, we would have, because we've been talking about it. But this was more or less a kick in the ass. Let's go now. Let's get to it. Let's not wait anymore.
What is your history with rock power? It seemed like that you guys are so hyped up about having a show there, and I noticed that it's a co-headlining show, if I'm correct. So that sounds like a pretty big deal as well.
Yeah, and this is more or less the where it all started for Circus Maximus. When we released our first album, we were invited to play there. We didn't know anything about that festival then, because that's how it was. But we fell in love with the festival, with the promoter and and everything that happens there, because it's like a huge family, just having fun and talking about music, hanging around. So then we came back, and we came back again, and we came back again, and we came. So I think we've been there 7, 8 times or something like that. So So the thing was, when I'm let's go over to the ProgPower guys. Let's just go. Let's tell Glenn and the guys in at the ProgPower USA that sure we'll come over, but we have to play the first night because then we can party all night long for the next 4 days. Because if I was to come there on the Tuesday and play on the Saturday, you wouldn't see me party at all. My voice would be totally messed up. So that's the good thing. But I have to laugh because I said to the guys, "Hey, let's go over there, have some fun, have a party, meet the people, eat the good food, go to Six Flags, all the fun stuff, and then I can party and have some fun." And the guys started talking about this Latin America tour, and I was like, "Jesus, are you taking away my party? I can't party now because I have to be careful with my voice." Okay, I will party a little bit. I will.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's good to hear that you are at least taking care of your voice and taking that seriously, because I guess there's still a lot of bands with singers who do, party.
Exactly, and we're not a rock band like that.
Mm.
It's we're grown up men now still, but maybe not in the head. But still, I remember when we did all of the tours in Europe, because I remember I saw this great singer in Norway many years ago. They were touring. I was like, man, I'm going to watch this singer for the first time. I can't wait. I've been listening to this vocalist for years, and I want to see him live. But he couldn't sing because he had been partying on the entire tour. I was like, give me my money back. This is not what I want to see. So I remember we did several of the tours we did. The guys were sleeping, and I was sitting back in the morning of the bus in the morning in the tour bus watching Planet Earth documentaries. That's rock life for you.
Wow, yeah, that's beautiful. Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that the documentaries were also very educational and stuff. So
Yes.
that
And it was just released the first time I saw this, so it's like I don't know, 8, 9 DVDs. Yeah, I just enjoy myself watching that stuff alone there. And then
yeah.
eventually the guys woke up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess some years have also passed since your last tours and shows. I don't know how many. I didn't check what your last tour was, but how is it to go back to that? Are you like nervous, or have you done shows meanwhile?
No, we haven't. I believe the last show we did was I may be mixing it up, but I think we did a Japan tour, and then there was this tons of rock festival in Norway, and after that it hasn't been any more shows. Because then the last in the winter time, then the COVID came. So yeah, then it's just suddenly stopped everything. And in this process of the COVID and now and everything, most of the band members, have several children. It's you have to be a family dad guy and still be a musician and making it all go. So it's not that much time. As like I talked to this guy about it. Everybody in the band has daytime jobs.
Mm.
So you can imagine you go to work at 9 o'clock, you get home at 5, you see your kids from 5 till 8 or 9, and then you start writing music at 10 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, whoa, you're so pumped up with lots of energy. This is going to be great. So yeah, but now we're writing. It's fun. We had our first rehearsal 3 weeks ago. That was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, Troll said, "Okay, we're gonna play this song. Hey, what's the key? What's the key of the song?" The guys, I don't know. 1, 2, 3. We just had a good laugh, but it was fun.
Yeah. Is that, well, I guess maybe not for a singer, but for the rest, does that, like, does it depend a lot on muscle memory to play the song
Yes,
for so many times?
yeah, yeah. For me, it was like, okay, I know I'm gonna sing now, but I don't know, have a clue of the words. I have some idea of the melody, but still, yeah, that's so strange.
Yeah.
But now we're rehearsing, and people we're getting it back together. It's fun.
How was it in general? Like, do you feel like you still have the same chemistry as you were on stage while you were rehearsing?
Yeah, yeah. It's like for most bands, you have your ups and you have your downs. But we've been a band together for, I don't know, 25 years or something. I don't know, maybe more. We've been playing as a band since we were small kids. So we've been on this adventure together for many years. So it's it's great to just to meet the guys. We've been meeting up occasionally during the years, but then it's just to go to a restaurant and have some good food and have a good laugh. But we haven't talked that much about music until that ProgPower USA approached us and it's like, let's get it on. Time is just going. We have so much music left in us. We probably have 30 or 40 more albums in us. No.
Yeah. That's quite a lot, but hey.
Yeah.
I'm sure the fans will take it. So,
Yeah.
well, you mentioned, of course, new music and the Prog Power Show and the Latin American tour so far. I noticed in a post you also mentioned like a new management deal. But in general, does this feel like you're starting with a clean slate, or do you see it more as just picking up where you left off?
More like just picking up where we left off. Yeah. But still 5, 6 years older. We have a different perspective on things. Like now, this is what we want. We're gonna go for that. We more or less have a bigger plan than just going and having fun. Now we know we want this. We're not gonna waste our time on that. We're gonna do this, and we're not gonna do that. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, well, I have a background in marketing and stuff, so I think it's pretty important to set your objectives. Do you think that is also important in music to have certain goals that you can reach?
Yeah, most definitely. And I remember back in the days when we had, because now we have our own record label. This is how it is. But when we went with, for instance, Laces Edge and Sensor Records and Frontiers and everything, you had this deadline.
Mm.
We have a contract saying that on the 1st of June, you guys will deliver us the master tape. So then you work your ass off to deliver that on the 1st of June. But when you don't have any people telling you nowadays, time just flies and nobody's telling us. But now we have that festival and the tour. And that's more like a deadline, like, hey,
Yeah.
we want to have some new music ready for you. I
Yeah.
can't promise that, but I can promise that we are working on it.
Well, you mentioned new music. I guess we cannot talk about it a lot, but I'm guessing you're still in the writing process. So how is that sort of going? Was it easy for you to start doing that after 8 years?
The thing is, to get things cooking, we need to have Mats, guitar player. He needs to. He's the main man.
Mm.
Yeah. Everybody contributes writing stuff for the band, but he's the main engine. So when he said, "Okay, yeah, sure, let's make some music, let's do it," but he needs a new Mac. Then we said we use our company and we buy a new Mac.
Mhm.
So that's fun. Like you said, we start from scratch because he has a new Mac
Yeah.
and that's totally clean. There's nothing in that Mac. It's just new music. So he's having a lot of fun with that now. So he's sending ideas here and there, and
Yeah.
the other guys as well are sending ideas. Yeah. So it's cooking.
So he has a new Mac, but does that also mean that he's starting from scratch? Like, or did you guys have any leftover material from back in the day?
Yeah. Wanted to start from scratch and see
Mm.
where we are now musically. It's like what we're gonna put out and what we want to write. But it didn't take long before him and the other guys started to dig into old ideas. So now we have old ideas with a new face over, or what do we call it? Because I hear some riff that are 20 years old. It's like, wow, yeah, I remember that riff, but now it's a little changed. So yeah, we will see what happens because we have so much ideas and small snippets here and there from riffs and keyboard stuff back in the days that are cool, but that didn't make it to any album because it didn't fit the songs.
Mm.
But there still was a cool riff or still drum pattern or screams, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I guess since you're still in the songwriting process, you cannot really talk about any kind of music itself, but just to give fans maybe an indication, like what's the direction you're going in? Are we talking about a continuation of Havoc, or is it something more? Is it going to be something more along the lines of the first chapter, or Isolate, or Nine?
I don't know. It's like each of us has different opinions, and we like to listen to everybody's opinion as well. But sometimes we have to say, no, this is how we're gonna go. You know. And me personally, I would love to write Nine, number two, because that's the album I really love because I feel it's something we really put hard work into. But still, I really would like to hear some hard, heavy shit. uh, and I don't know if you've seen it, but we released this little teaser saying that we're going
Yeah.
back in the studio. And that riff is something Mats just made up. I was like, man, that's crazy riff. That's some hard, heavy shit. You got to
Mm.
continue making that stuff. Yeah, so no, that's something he just wrote. Um, but yeah, I see our fans. They want to have first chapter. Somebody wants to have Havoc. But we'll see where this writing session takes us.
Yeah, it seems like I was reading some comments on Reddit. People are very like they disagree a lot about, what's your
Yeah,
best
yeah.
album. It's actually very interesting to see.
Mm.
But I guess your personal favorite is Nine then. Is there any
Yeah,
reason for
my personal, yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember because when we wrote that album, it was so much time and effort to make a killer album.
Hmm.
I think I spent 2 to 3 days each week over at Matt's house for almost 2 years. Then it has to, and I can still remember how it was. He had some riff. I said, "Yeah, that's cool. How about do that?" And he tried that. And after we tried to change stuff all over, and after 100 takes and 2 months, we go back to the original idea. That's how it is with us crazy musicians. So
Um,
yeah, but
yeah. Well, you also mentioned that little snippet, of course. Was that actually the first riff that was written for the new album, or?
oh, I'm not. No, that's not the first, but that was something we wanted to show.
Mm.
Listen to this heavy shit. Because if you are a progressive metal fan or if you're just a metal fan, you can really dig that riff. You start
Mm.
like, wow, listen to this heavy shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, and then it ends. So yeah, I can see
Yeah,
why.
because we talked about that, with writing stuff. It's like, should the first song that we ever release now eventually be like a song like Game of Life? Should it be something like that, like a melodic rock with a crazy riff, so cool guitar solos, or should it be some heavy shit? You know, um, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it can still
Yeah,
go to many directions, I guess. Um, like yeah, you also have the tour coming up. Like how excited are you about that tour? That's something we haven't discussed yet, I guess.
yeah. It's something we've been very looking forward to because we've been to Latin America before, and it's as a musician, it's the most crazy stuff you can do. It's I'll never forget the first tour we did there, and there's something about the fans in South America. I remember we did a show in I don't know if it was Mexico, Chile, but anyways, they sang their ass off on every riff, every melody, every song. It's like, and I remember one thing. Then actually, but that was in Mexico City. We didn't know that Mexico City is actually many meters above sea level.
Mm.
The city is like over 2,000 meters, so it's like standing and singing with a little less air in our lungs,
Mm.
if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the crowd went crazy, jumping, jumping, and if they jump, we jump. You know,
Mm.
so we're not used to jumping like that, and definitely not 2,000 meters above sea level. So I remember when we're singing, and I was like, this is muscular,
Yeah.
it goes automatically every time. But it's like it was hard breathing. It was like, man, I can't reach that last note before I have to take another breath, and that's unusual. And I was like, I have to hold it because I wanted to make it to the end of that drop or whatever. If I hold that note 1/2 second less more, I would have fainted straight on the stage.
Oh, shit.
We can all laugh about it now. Yeah,
Is there anything that you're going to do to, prepare yourself maybe physically for this tour? Like, do you want
yeah.
to
You've probably seen Rocky. Yeah. We're training out like crazy now. Yeah, the proteins, doing cardio stuff. Oh yeah, but it's true. You have to be careful. Yeah, you have to take care of yourself on tour.
Yeah, I guess the contrast between Latin America and Norway, I'm assuming that Norway is quite similar to Finland, where people are just more reserved and calm. Um, is that something that excites you as well to, see those contrasts happening?
Yeah, but the thing is also I've since we've been to South America before, and we remember how crazy it was. I've seen other progressive metal bands doing live shows or checking them out on YouTube or whatever, and I was like, people are not that crazy. I don't know if it's their music. I don't know, but that's something about our music. It makes people jump and go crazy. I don't know. So yeah, maybe not every band gets that, but they most certainly can sing along like crazy. I remember this guy. We did a show. I don't remember where it was, and we when we're done with the show, give us 10 minutes, and we come out and we talk to the fans and all the people there for the next hours, because that's how we are. Maybe we won't see those people ever again, so let's go out there and meet them. And we're standing there talking to people, taking pictures, and just having a good time. And this guy came over to me and said, "Hey, Mike, what's up?" And I say, "What's up, dude?" And he said, "You don't want to know what? You want to know my favorite Circus Maximus song? Yeah, tell me." And he said, "Say No More." And that's the instrumental song. I said, "Fuck you. You don't want to hear my voice?" And he started laughing, of course. Yeah. That's his favorite Circus Maximus song, the song where I don't sing.
Yeah. Do you think that Latin America is the place sort of, well, except for if you don't count a ProgPower show, are you happy that, your first shows are going to be at that continent?
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, I don't. We could have picked anywhere
Mhm.
and just gone for it, but since since we've been showing the world that we're active again, we're writing stuff, things are happening. We received a lot of offers from all over the world. So since we're done at ProgPower, we're over at the America soil. It fits to go south.
What is I'm assuming that maybe for the rest of the year, you're not planning too many shows anymore since you want to release music as well. But what's the future looking like? When are you making
I can say
plans?
that there will be more shows, yes,
Okay.
but still we had to tell our tour to our manager that okay, we can't book more shows now because we have to write new music. That's what the main priority should be: to write music, not plan every show a new show. Dealing about this, dealing about that. That takes a lot of energy. So there's going to be a couple more shows and some interesting stuff going on as well. So, but the most important thing now, we are back in business.
Mm.
Yes, and we are having fun, and we are sending ideas to each other all the time, and it's cooking, and yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah. Well, the
And no instrumental song. I'm gonna tell you guys, no instrumental song on this album. No.
yeah, that should be the very, very minimum. Only one instrumental song in your career. Yeah. Do you have like a tentative date where you will release like the year's halfway through? So are you still planning to put maybe a single out at least this year?
We are working on doing that because since we're going to America, it would be great to have some new stuff as well. to perform live, just for our sake and for the fans.
Mm.
So, but nowadays things have changed. You don't have to release an album right away. You can release a
Yeah.
song here. You can release a song 3 weeks later. You can release a song, whenever you like. But of course, it's we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I guess the fact that you have your own label now is also, many metal labels, they still like to have this, album cycle thing. So is that something
Yeah.
exploring for you to, do it the popular way nowadays where it's only singles?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like for me as well, as if I like a song from any band, I put them on and put them on my Spotify list. And maybe I don't even check out the entire album that
Mm.
song is from, because that's not why I put it on my list to check out other songs.
Mm.
So yeah, it's more like if you're a pop act, you have 4 or 5 hits written by yourself and maybe some great singer, songwriter, or songwriter, and the rest is fillers because they don't need so many hits, but they need
Yeah.
an album. Yeah. Because of the record company, they need stuff.
Yeah, well, it will be exciting to see what you guys, have in store for us in the next coming years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my questions. You have any last words you want to share with your fans before we wrap up?
We can't wait to meet you all and to talk with everybody and so having a good time. And we've been away for a while, and many bands have split up during the last call it 6 years or something. But we are here, and we've always been here. But things have happened in everybody's lives. So, but now we have that buzz going on. We want to write music. We want to go and play shows. But most important thing, we want to write music. Have that in mind because we toured the world. We had fun doing that. But to write stuff, to write a good song, that is the most coolest thing you can be as a musician. To do it art.
Mhm.
Yeah. But we know it's going to be a ride for the future. It's we're gonna do shows here and there. We're gonna But what will happen? We will know. We will know. We will see.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate.
Yeah. And for all our fans in South America and ProgPower USA also,
Mm.
it's very important to give if you meet us at the signing session or anywhere at the hotel or at the street, give us gifts. We need gifts. Give us something you made at school. Buy us some cool. We just need gifts because we like that. Yeah. No. I have to joke about that because we were in Japan and there was this Japanese girl. She had done some cool painting or something, and she gave it to Glenn. I believe it was him. And then she came to me, but she didn't have anything for me. And I said, hey girl, what's up? What's going on? I need gifts. You can't just give him gifts. You have to give everybody. And then we just laughed, and so that's some joke that we have going on.
Yeah,
Bring
so
stuff.
you
Yeah.
you give gifts, give something to everybody.
Yeah. So if you come to a sounding session, remember to bring a bag with stuff, to give us, so we have good memories from the tour.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. I hope people will have, if they watch this interview until the end, then they will know to bring you stuff. Maybe not Glenn
Yeah.
anymore. He doesn't deserve it. No, just kidding.
Yeah, we can't wait to get back. It's gonna be great, and it's 3 months from now. We're gonna come over and have a good time.
All right. Well,
Yeah, so that's also 3 months with writing. So a lot of things can happen in 3 months.
yeah.
I talked to Mats today, and we're gonna meet up next week to see what we can do.